How can you tell if someone's free to play? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Please don't unsub me just because you're free to play, guys. My alt is almost free to play. I tell people every chance I can. And actually, there's a lot of people who aren't free to play, or who are free to play that don't just go and spout it. I don't know, I thought it was funny. So I said it. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Here's the thing, guys. We're way behind in our GACs, and we gotta get them moving. So we're gonna move as quickly as we can. We're coming off of a loss. We started 3v3 in the top 50, and we lost our first one by 5 banners. So hopefully we can improve on it. And Second Sister apparently doesn't help. I don't remember how. I cut this video a little bit ago, so let's discover together, folks. We don't even have a starting graphic. I didn't take screenshots of my defenses for the first week, apparently, so that's my bad. We're on the second match of this 3v3 season, and let's get to it, shall we? Let's do it as soon as I can. There we are. Here we are. Okay, let's do this, guys. First off, we gotta kill Lord Vader with... so the idea here is we're gonna be doing a bunch of planned double taps. Well, maybe not a bunch, but the plan is at least one double tap, and that's Kenobi and friends need to kill the ads. They have no chance to kill Lord Vader here, and you know, with the Datacron being like meta as it is, like there's all this dodge and everything, and the dodge isn't even the thing that's killing us, though. The thing that's killing us is Lord Vader has a crazy, amazing Datacron right now. Okay, there's Savior triggered, and the whole strategy here, guys, is genuinely we just want to kill the ads. I know that it's Kenobi, like he's good, man. Like it sucks that we're using this team to just kill the ads, but at the end of the day, okay, well, thank goodness we finally killed Maul, and now we just die. Like we can hit Lord Vader a little bit, because that might feel a little bit better about life or something, but at the end of the day, he's just gonna slaughter us like animals, like we're Tuskens or something, and there's not much we can do. One last roar of defiance, Kenobi. There you go. There you go. Okay, so we killed the ads, and that's actually a success. And now the idea is we have to go in and also, we have to finish him off with Bossk and company. And some people have been saying lately they think that Bam is better than Bossk here. I actually kind of disagree, because Bam is a little bit disconnected from what Greef can do. Greef is going to boost both teams, and yes, Bossk does actually contribute a little bit to the ultimate charge and everything. He also does give offense up to Fennec some, and he prevents Lord Vader from hitting her because he's taunting all the time, and Greef is going to be able to give him turn meter. They're going to be able to call more assists and everything. So I think that Bossk is a little bit stronger here, frankly, and I mean this is pretty seamless, folks. He had a lot of dodge on here. My opponents all have a lot of dodge on everything, and we got through it. So, alright. Now we're gonna take out this Malgus with Supreme Leader Kylo. Kylo has an accuracy arrow as well, folks. I don't know if I said that about Fennec. My Fennec had it, and I made a mistake here, actually. I should have started with a swipe on Kylo, and so this actually gets a little bit dicey here, because we didn't set ourselves up for success. You want to start with a swipe so that you can give advantage to Zombie, and what that does for us once we get advantage on Zombie is then Zombie just auto taunts forever, and we never lose it. And look at how close to just total destruction we are. This is even without the Malgus set, like the Malgus Datacron set. Set 3 is gone, and so they're still doing a lot of crazy stuff here, folks, and it's not looking great, not feeling great. Look at how close we are to just total death. Like, they're at full health, It would have been a lot better if we had just started with a swipe. So see, we swiped there, and Zombie immediately got advantage and is able to taunt. Now, now it has buff immunity and everything, so you can't re-taunt. But yeah, should we pop the ult? I decided I should just probably pop this dang thing. Killed Darth Revan, and now, I mean, things are more or less under control. We can swipe again. That dispels the debuffs, puts advantage on, and there, he even killed Zombie. He doesn't have an AoE or anything, so he kills Zombie. We go back to full health, and we're good to go. Ish. There we go. Got him. And the SWGOH.GG is just going to look like, yeah, they took 3 banners off, so what? They didn't realize how close they were to just killing me. Straight up. Alright, you guys have seen this a million times. I'm going to get a drink while you see it. If we just sit gas down, kill the ads, call it good. The only suspense is if we get a 59 or a 58. I mean, the other suspense is, do we need Sith Eternal for anything else later down the line? And honestly, I keep 5 GLs for offense a lot of times in 3v3, and I haven't had cause to regret that, really. I did put Link on these guys just to maybe steal a little bit of protection from them. And then I just killed him instantly before anything else could happen, so I don't know what my deal is. Alright. Thank you for hitting me, Skywalker. Senor. He can't hit me back as long as he has deceived, so that's good, I guess. Didn't quite get back to full banner, so 58, that's fine. High offense, General Skywalker, I suppose. There's a Hux squad here, and I don't want to drop anything, so I decided to just use, this is probably overkill. This is First Order TIE Pilot squad, so you want to treat it a little bit cautiously, but at the end of the day, you can take them out. I mean, this is Relic 7 as well, so you got to be cautious. They do have a Datacron, however, and that kind of gave me an idea for later things. The Datacron is, First Order, obviously, and the idea being that they have damage immunity. That doesn't hurt us with Jedi Luke on the team because of basic he just dispels. So we still take him out, but the team could be a lot more difficult to take out, actually, because of that damage immunity, potentially. If you're already on the edge, that might tip the balance. Now, this Savage team is, frankly, I mean, it's fine, it's tough to kill and everything, and Traya and company just destroy it pretty easily. So we're just gonna, we already did one failed attack. Hopefully we can avoid failing any more this fight and get the win against this guy. Who knows? Who freaking knows, guys? I do have a couple Galactic Legends on defense, and I don't know, this guy seems to play a little bit more offensively minded too. That's kind of how it works a lot of times in 3v3. Like, some people who load up on defense are a lot of times really deflated because they can't necessarily make anything happen. Like they can't attack as efficiently because all of their resources are tied on defense, and then people who keep a lot of offense can counter them because they can choose the perfect teams. And especially at the top level, and this is the top 50 or so, all the rosters are big enough that you usually have, even if you set a pretty solid defense, you still have a lot of teams in excess. And so I don't know, it's all about efficiency play in a lot of ways. So we're just trying for the best banners we can. Savage is good for stealing a few banners though, and I mean, we're not going to be able to get our banners back probably with Sion. He needs one more big hit against this Talon, and there's no Talon if she can actually survive long enough. But yeah, we didn't quite make it, so dropped another 3 banners, which is potentially devastating considering this is an efficiency match. And yeah, I wonder if we can change the size of the screen to include a few things. All right. Here we go. So we got to the back zone and no GLs in the back, no visible GLs, and so he has 5 GLs on offense. We got to be as efficient as we can. We're using Mon Mothma against Grievous because that used to be my old counter, and I'm starting to question whether this counter is the best one for Grievous anymore, because what I used to do was use Cassian and K2 to counter Grievous, and that's still great, but it was so slow moving that Mothra usually was able to heal us for full health and protection by the time it was over, so you get a really efficient win a lot of times. And what happens here is you don't gain enough turn meter, you don't really have enough stuff going on here to really get max banner. Like, you can win this fight pretty consistently, and you'll note I'm just trying to kill B1 here with without using any of my special abilities on Kyle until he's a full-blown Jedi. We could have become a Jedi if Cara hadn't been selfish and killed B1 on her, or B2 on her own. But, alright, so let's... he's actually... Mon Mothma's not looking too great right now. She's she's getting hit by Grievous a little too much, I think. And that's something you have to watch out for in threes, of course, if he gets too many AoEs. Look at Mothra, man. She's close. She's not looking too hot right now. Okay, let's do the mass heal here instead of promoting Worthless Guy. Alright, 55. That's... Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We're still dropping some banners here. Alright, so there's Sortie, and... I mean... Sortie can enjoy it. Like, all the droid teams, Grievous and Sortie, are both just so much worse in threes than they are in fives. In fives, at least, it's a threat to time your Wampa out, and... I don't know, maybe it was a little bit tough to kill Sortie here. I actually think that maybe it took a while. Come to think of it, I think we're going to skip ahead in time. Yeah, so we hit auto, and now we're just going for it. Apparently I'm just going to show it here. I don't really know. Oh, and so the weird blank space on the left, guys, is because I accidentally... We're using BlueStacks as a program, and I... sized the window kind of weird, and so that's just how the recording went. Unfortunately, that's just the reality. You have to live with that weird blank space on the left hand side for a little bit. But you'll note every once in a while I'll take it off auto so I can do the AoE, keep him safe, and then you just want him to ramp damage. He won't do his AoE unless there's multiple characters to hit on auto, so he just hits, and our goal is to usually to get to like 140k. It's kind of the arbitrary number, but in reality, I don't know, in the top group of guys, like this is only a relic 7, but still, like 140k is not quite enough, like, because she has so many stacks of protection, you have to be able to hit enough to totally negate all 5 stacks of protection and start hitting health. And so we're starting to do that just a little bit, and then you don't want her to be able to heal either, so you got the roar every once in a while. And you know, we've only got 2 minutes left, and we're finally got through a protection, but it's not... Hopefully we can ramp up enough. 175k damage, guys. It's getting a little bit scary. We still have a minute and a half though, and we finally get through, so alright, good to go. Now for something probably needlessly scary. They have a pretty strong Grand Inquisitor squad, and I'm like, oh well, I've a Galactic Legend. We may as well. We'll just easily two-shot, you know, not solo, but duo it. So look at it. She does her AoE and doesn't even kill Ninth Sister, and now they're free to just destroy her potentially because she's already hit damage immunity. Hoda has been largely left alone here, thank goodness. And so the one good thing about this is they're gaining so much turn meter because they have the turn meter cron that they're just ramping my raise damage like crazy. I think this just, yeah, totally blows them all away because all that turn meter gain just boosts her offense. But at a moment of sheer terror, now we could do a 2-man on this Qui-Gon team. Yes, it's a scary team unless you have a Galactic Legend available, in which case you can kind of just defang it pretty easily, and that's what we're doing here. Alright, got it. 58, not too bad. And now let's take out this AdRad team. We're using a dash team with grit. So remember, the one way AdRad does damage on this team is if we can crit him, which, gosh, we already took him out. Wow. If we crit him, though, look at all of our exposes, but grit makes it so that we don't take exposed damage. It's percent health damage, and so even if we have 1,000 stacks of exposed, well, maybe 1,000 would actually, I mean, it still does some damage, just not as much, not nearly as much. So, and not to mention, all of the protection banners are just automatic if you use grit. So there's a 57 against AdRad, and there's that zone. Is that those the top zone. So yeah, there's some ships here, and I totally ship the bed. No, you'll see, it's not actually that bad. Or is it? Is it egregious? Is it a grievous? So this is one that I wanted to try out. You can use Bad Batch for a lot of fun things, and this is one of those things. Just trying to. You expect to take a while on Nest, but you can kind of ratchet her down because she can't heal. You can keep spamming the healing immunity, and then slowly over time you're able to just take her out and keep her stunned, especially if you have really high potency, which between Hunter and Tech, if you have them modded correctly, then you can do that. So this took less time than I had imagined. But okay, so this is the TIE Fighter pilot that has the Omicron that lets him take a turn every time someone else takes a turn. And so I have Bando here because I thought maybe he would help a little bit. Finally, we get through Shore Trooper, and we have some Whistling Birds, and we can't even heal all the way. That was a good trap team for him because he's an efficiency player. He only placed 1 GL, and he stole 3 banners. Like that's actually a fairly big deal for us. All right, we have troopers here. We can just, Fin Po is just not a good team anymore, guys. At least not at the top. At the lower levels, sure, it's fine. I guess it's just, you want a fast, even if a really fast Fin Po team, most troopers just delete it so easily. So the Shaak T squad, I wanted to try Iden here because they have so many turns and everything. You get to go first. He had him really fast and everything, but look at Echo just delete himself. And the whole goal here is to get as many banners as we can. And my issue with how I'm playing, guys, is I'm playing like an efficiency player, but I'm not playing super efficient. And that's been an issue this whole time, right? And we did use a cooldown cron, so we just get to spam some of our abilities. Pretty cool stuff for a couple more months for Iden, and we only have one last team, and I decided, hey, we only need Vader, but we may as well just use Vader and Thrawn, just in case they try to kill Vader with the Execute, and he doesn't get to revive because of his cron, and then they just ended up really hurting Thrawn a whole lot, and it's just this whole mess. This team isn't great, but they were fast enough with Zam Omicron that I don't know, like Vader would have been fine. I just needed to find a way for him to go first or something like that, because now like Thrawn is kind of just a liability, and they do have the Bounty Hunter Datacron here that gives them the ability to they get the damage immunity. We can dispel it eventually, but not with Vader. Vader can't do it. Thrawn could do it with Fracture, I guess. It does give us an opportunity to get a few more dots on these guys. And they have ability block now. Okay, we got a stun on Boba there. Good. Alright, we killed him once. And I'm trying to find a way. Maybe we can get Thrawn to heal up, but we got to be careful with Boba. Don't want him to do anything. Alright, 56. Dropped another banner, guys. So, alright, we were kind of efficient. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. And his fleets aren't great, but we're also this is the off meta fleet, and I finally do get to go first with Plo. You guys remember that last match? I was able to go first, and Plo put the taunt onto Clone Sergeant, and then he promptly died. And then there are just some, you get turn meter here, and I don't know, it gets a little bit dicey. I get, do you want Do you want the tank? Do you want Ahsoka? Ahsoka would have been pretty good here, I think. Maybe that was a mistake on my end. I'm not sure. I probably could have killed Xanadu Blood by now. And then Anakin just died. And so did Plo, and kind of implodes our chance of one-shotting this team, which is just crazy. And now we're in this situation right now where they even have their locked debuffs. They're going to destroy our ship here pretty soon. Can we kill anything else is the question. Probably not. Oh, here we go. Maybe we do the AoE kill Xanadu now. Okay, killed our ship. We're in the situation now where we just basically killed a reinforcement because they're going to start with Houndstooth here. And everything's just going so sideways, folks. So I'm sending in a burner so that we can get rid of all their different abilities. So we want Houndstooth to taunt. We want Executor to get their AoE. And I think that's what happened. And then Houndstooth did get one more turn after that because I was too impatient to wait because we were on a stream. I didn't want to just sit there and time out for 5 minutes, though that probably would have been wiser. Alright, so let's actually just change for a minute. Just stop working on that team, which, you know, if you fail, that's a lot of times wisest. So let's use Malevolence here. This is probably the most problematic Empire build out there. And look at how he has a relic 7 or 8, I forget, TIE Interceptor pilot. And she's just like basically single-handedly deleted this Hyena bomber. Really not looking great here at all. Finally got through that bomber, so at least we can maybe clean this up, but we already have to clean up an Executor. I got rid of Vader's ship. Great. And we're okay, shuttles here, that's not great. They kill one of our vulture or one of our ships. One of our scavenger ships. That's why I don't like the name Tri-Fighter. It's not Scavenger-E enough. Alright, they let us just focus down TIE Interceptor, which was great. And we're hanging on by a thread, guys. We have the 2 Geo ships, and that's it. They do their AoE. Look at how close this is. Holy cow. If they killed that Geo ship, we are sunk. That spy. We barely make it out. 61 banners. We dropped 12 banners there. We've already dropped 30 on that Executor because we failed once, and then we sent in a burner for the next. We have to do Finalizer here. And yeah, the really foolish thing is I have the Empire fleet available, and it's just not. Oh man, Xanadu Blood's not even hurt anymore. And man, what do you even do here? You just want to make sure that Finalizer keeps getting lots of turns, and so they can ramp his damage. And so our tank is gone. It's not fun, but they also killed our tank, so we don't have the taunt on Houndstooth anymore, which is a really big deal. Keep that taunt off of him. Taunt on him, taunt off him. I wonder if there's a creature out there called a taunt off. Taunt off. I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, I do. It's a super clever play on words, but otherwise, yeah. So our Special Forces TIE pilot gone. Can we delete Xanadu Blood? Not yet. So just keep calling. Silencer, good. Okay. Can we stun Houndstooth? Not yet. We can ability block it, though. Houndstooth is going to then get rid of the ability block. So we were able to stun him before he got a taunt again. And First Order TIE pilots here. Shuttle's gone. So it's just this huge mess once again. And, oh, not good at all, because Slave 1 is going to be able to hit back and get all those target locks on me. So let's stun him. Call him to stun. And we can't crit him, so I might as well just use a basic. Save our big hit for later. And now all we have is Silencer, so that's pretty scary, because we don't really have that many fleets left. He did one shot. Houndstooth, he's been ramping up, and now it's just one-on-one. They don't have reinforcements. We don't have reinforcements. And they dodged, though. They do have dodge on their side. The dodge will be with you. Always. Except for just then, when I shoved some torpedoes up somewhere. 29 banners, though, guys. That's a huge amount of banners to just drop. Just right. I mean, okay, so let's use resistance. So I have an Empire fleet with all the meta stuff. It's just sitting there unused because you can get way better banners using resistance to mirror resistance than using Empire to beat resistance. That's just the truth, guys. So yeah, let's dispel the things as much as we can. May as well get some turn meter. Falcon goes, kills their Falcon, and now let's try to kill Plo or Poe. Plo. This is the only arena that either of the Plos are actually relevant, isn't it? poor Poe with sometimes an L added to them characters. All right. Could I have stated that any more awkwardly? You let me know. Radis on Radis action, and the result is both Radises are eradicated, and I mean we have the advantage though because we get reinforcements in, they're debuffed, and look at that, 74 freaking banners, guys. Pretty good stuff. And at the end of the day, we get 2,000 banners exactly. So I don't know, we failed a couple times, dropped a few banners. We dropped over 50 banners on that fleet zone. So let's go and see what the final results are, shall we? Whoa, madness. Look at that transition. So they did fail once on my Jabba team, which gave me some hope. You know, we have 2 GLs on defense. They dropped some other banners as well. But then they didn't fail anything else until they got to ships. They failed once on Executor and got some low banners to the point where I was pretty sure I had a pretty good chance. And at the end of the day, they beat me by 3 banners. So that makes it a 5 banner loss, followed immediately by a 3 banner loss. And feels bad, man. 2 in a row where I lost by 5, then 3. Oh, man, it's killing me, guys. I mean, it's top 50. All these guys are super skilled. So good match to Vulcan for sure. But no buts, just good match. I dropped what, 82 banners, 83, something like that, and it just dropped a little less. Fleet was just crazy inefficient. I played it poorly. My clone sergeant is now Relic 7 instead of Relic 5, so we'll see if that actually helps with that counter. But otherwise, no excuses, guys. There were a ton of chances. I don't know if you noticed, there was a ton of chances that I could have just dropped way fewer banners, and I didn't because I was inefficient, I was sloppy, and my counters weren't on point, and I need to tighten that up. So going into the toilet bowl, it's against a fan who watches a lot of my streams, and it's not lightening up, guys. Top 50 is tough regardless of where you are in the bracket. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, even losses, Xaereth prevails.